Does being vegan have to break the bank? Hello, it's Anne from Veggie Magnifique, your go-to for holistic wellness and a healthy vegan lifestyle. And today we are tackling the misconception that being vegan is super expensive. So here's the thing, can it be expensive? Absolutely! You can go to all the sprouted organic eateries and pay boku bucks. You can buy prepackaged vegan food and posh vegan marshmallows and all sorts of veganry, and it can be very expensive, but it doesn't have to be at all. There is another way, many other ways in fact. So today I'm going to share 15 ways to eat vegan on a budget. Oh, and by the way, just for the record, many cultures traditionally would eat plants because it was cheaper, and meat, at least traditionally when it wasn't subsidized, was for the rich. If you think about it, plants don't really cost that much. So I have a lot of tips for you, so let's jump in. My first tip is to, of course, buy in bulk. Buy whole foods, buy them in bulk, in abundance, and then you always have something delicious with which to make your meals. Buying in bulk, of course, is not only more economical, but also more ecological. Next up is to meal prep and batch cook. Now, when you're more organized about your food and your meals, it means you're gonna save more. You're gonna save more money because there's not like expired food that, is in no man's land, and you're also going to save time. So batch cooking, I need to get better about this, but when I do it, it's like the angels are singing. It's amazing. And of course, you save money. So one way to save a ton of money is to be picky about your perfume. Let's face it, we all want to smell nice, but the problem is that so many perfumes aren't made with safe ingredients, or they're not vegan and cruelty-free, so we just suffer. Furthermore, the poshy brands can be really expensive. So that's why I'm delighted to be working with Dossier on today's video. Dossier, in addition to being clean and vegan, is the fair alternative to luxury perfumes. Fair being the operative word here because the markup on luxury perfumes is totally unfair, among other things. One of the things I love about Dossier is that it's risk-free. So what does that mean? So if you order a scent and it's just not your thing, you can return it for a refund, no questions asked. And returns are then donated to charity, so no perfume goes to waste. And I think this guarantee is really important, especially with online shopping, and especially with something as personal as a perfume scent. It's hard to really know. Of course, they give a lot of really good descriptions online with like the base notes for you to figure it out, as well as they have a fantastic fun quiz that you can take to figure out what scent would be right for you. But if for some reason it doesn't work out, you can always send it back. Plus, their scents are paraben-free, phthalate-free, and colorant and UV filler-free, and of course they're vegan and cruelty-free, like I said. Plus, they have totally sustainable packaging, so their boxes are made from recycled paper, their glass is made from recycled glass that they use for the perfumes, and the only plastic thing is a little squirter thing. So as you know, I love using and working with ethical and sustainable brands. So I'm very excited to be working with Dossier on this video. And bonus, they have perfumers located in Grasse, which is like the epicenter of perfume. I've actually been there. My friend Estella took me there when I was like in my early 20s, and it's fabulous. It's a fabulous place. As well as Dossier's nose, the nose, is located in Paris. So it's really, truly legit. So what's the catch? Well, the truth is there's no catch actually. The luxury perfume industry is pulling the wool over our eyes by all these crazy markups and unnecessary ingredients. And the good news is I have a giveaway for you of a Dossier perfume. So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out more about how you can enter the giveaway. My next tip to save money is to eat simply. So whole food plant-based is really the way to go. So when you keep your food simple, it's really not expensive, right? You've got beans, you've got rice, you got fruits, you got vegetables, maybe a little bit of nuts. In one of my videos, I shared my easy recipe for a quick Buddha bowl, and I will link that because it's really just about putting a bunch of delicious things in a bowl with a delicious sauce. The key here is a delicious sauce. And when you eat simply and when you just throw what you've got into a Buddha bowl, making sure you've got whole grains and fruits and vegetables, it's really not that difficult, and it's also not very expensive. My next tip is to avoid prepackaged food. Now, this one is pretty obvious. When you buy prepackaged food that has been made for you, then it's going to be more expensive. On that note, my next tip is to cook at home. So cooking at home is obviously cheaper because you're cooking at home, but it also means you're not going out. And when you go out to eat, of course, you're spending more because you're paying for people to do it for you. So again, if you're not a big cook, that's okay. There's a lot of easy breezy cooking things on this channel that can help you. Like I said, that video where I explained just the easy Buddha bowl. You could also look at the power plate from PCRM, which is just Just put those things on a plate. Put a delicious sauce. Of course, there are also recipes on Veggie Magnifique that I will link, in addition to so many other blogs. It doesn't have to be complicated. I think we like to think that recipes are complicated or we have to use recipes, and you don't have to use recipes. And if you want to use a recipe, you know, they're a click away. My next tip to save money is to make your own sauces and plant milk. So sauces can be expensive, as can plant milks. So if you make them at home in your blender, then you save a lot of money. My next tip is to eat in season and to eat locally. Now, not only is this good for our dear planet, but also it's good for your pocketbook in that you're not having things shipped to you from far away, and you're buying what's truly in season, right now, where you are. So it's not gonna be shipped in from somewhere far away where the climate is different. So say, for example, you go to the store and you notice that there's a bunch of delicious pears. They're in season, they're ripe, they're fantastic. Buy a bunch of pears. My next tip is to not waste the food that you already have, aka go shopping in your fridge. Keeping a close eye on the food that you already have is really important. It's really important to save money, but it's also important to not waste food. So take inventory often, right? Look in your fridge, see what you've got going, see what kind of leftovers that you can eat before they're on their way out. It just takes a little bit of self-discipline. My next tip is to look up recipes online for the ingredients that you have. So if you have asparagus, look up a recipe look up a recipe with asparagus online. It's so easy. So if you don't know what to cook with a red pepper, look it up. And then you'll save money because you won't be buying more things because you'll be eating what you have. This is kind of a tag on to my last tip. My next tip is very obvious, and it's the classic, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. Don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. It is always a bad idea. You'll end up with 500 different delightful vegan treats that are totally expensive. Delicious perhaps, but expensive. My next tip is to buy frozen foods. Now, frozen foods are excellent because they're always there in your freezer when you need to whip up a stir fry or make a smoothie, and they don't go bad because they're in your freezer. So they're really super handy, and they're usually a lot less expensive than, say, their fresh counterparts. And furthermore, usually frozen fruits are packaged when they're super ripe. My next tip might seem sort of counterintuitive, but invest in a pressure cooker or an Instant Pot. When you have an Instant Pot or a pressure cooker, you can make your own grains and beans, especially at home, and then you don't have to buy cans, and you can really save a lot of money this way. My next tip is kind of funny, but it's to drink water. You're gonna save money because if you're out and about and you're like, I'm kind of hungry, you're probably thirsty. You're probably dehydrated, you're probably thirsty. And if you drink water, you might realize that you're actually thirsty and you won't buy something when you're out and about. So keep your water bottle with you. If you are actually hungry, fine. However, sometimes we're actually thirsty and not hungry. So this seems like an odd tip, but just keep it in mind. My next tip is pretty evident. It's to grow your own fruits and vegetables. Now, not everybody can because maybe you don't have a yard, but if you can, you could do it on your windowsill or in a small backyard, or even there's a lot of inner garden situations that you can do. If you can, growing your own food is a great way to save money and to avoid pesticides and be super eco. It's lovely. I can't wait to have a garden one day. Really look forward to it. And my last tip is a little sneaky, and it's to go to outdoor markets right before they close. So you're gonna get some massive deals because the vendors want to get rid of the things that they didn't sell. So you can get a vat of bananas, say, that are a little bit overripe, and you can freeze them and make lots of banana and ice cream. Or basically anything that the farmers want to get rid of. They will give you lots of good deals, and you'll end up with lots of fresh produce for a cheaper price. So those are my tips on how to eat vegan on a budget. As you can see, it really doesn't have to be expensive. It's just not true. It doesn't have to be expensive, especially with the tips that I shared. And now let's talk about the giveaway. So I am giving away the succulent scent floral marshmallow, which is inspired by Killian's Love Don't Be Shy, which retails for, are you ready for it, $240, and Dossier's scent is $39. Now this scent smells truly edible. It's like orange blossom and marshmallow with honeysuckle and neroli notes and a base of vanilla. So to enter the giveaway, please leave a comment below this video sharing your favorite perfume note, so vanilla or lavender. I'm gonna make you work a little bit. And make sure you're following Veggie Magnifique and Dossier on Instagram. And then leave a comment below this picture and tag at least one friend. That is it. Now, all the details of the contest will be down in the description box below the video, so make sure to check that out to find out when we'll announce the winner, which will be chosen at random. And the winner will be announced on my Instagram stories. So definitely check all the details down in the description box. And if perfumes aren't your thing, definitely check out their candles. Hygge. I have a link down in the bio if you want a little bit of affordable luxury in your life. Now, if you appreciated these tips, of course, I would appreciate it if you would like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Why not? Join the Veggie Magnifique fam. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and take care. Bye.